So I have quite a large range of antique and ornate frames. So what I thought about doing with them all, because I've got a huge stack of them, because you know I've been buying them in the thought that I was going to use them for assemblage boxes, you know, for windows to look into assemblage boxes, but some of these are probably a little bit big and a little bit ambitious, so I thought, well, why not just create some artworks to go in them, because they're vintage, they're old style, and they'll look really cool. So because I was working on my new stencil of the Ornate picture frame, I thought that would look really good going inside a vintage type frame. And I've got quite a few of these. As you can see, this is one of the vintage frames, and I just love the style and the shape. So this one here is the one that I got the other day, and I love it because it's just over the top, it's ornate, it's decorative, and it's in your face. So what I've done is I've taken the glass out of it, because the glass that comes with it is concaved. As you can see, the original glass has like a curve in it, and that's how you can tell it's quite old, because of that concave. But if I'm going to sell this, I don't really want to send the concave glass, because you know it's the way the people at the post office throw things around. You know, glass is very easy to break unless you really pack it up really good. So what I've done is I've just taken some plexiglass, cut it to the exact same shape, and I always leave the plastic to take off last, just before I send it, and I've cut it so it'll fit directly inside, so you know that's prepared. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a series of cards on the board, playing cards, and they're going to sit in there like so, different styles, and I thought it'd be a great way to use up all of my old frames. And now these frames vary in price, anything from $5 to $10 I think is the most expensive one. So you know they're really awesome. I picked up this one the other day. I just love it. Now it's just this one's actually made of plastic, and it cost me, what did it cost me? $8. But I just love the shape and the ornateness of it, and I actually quite like the image that's in there. It's like a little lamb, a boy and his little lamb. I quite like that. So I'll probably create a work to go in there, and remove that. But the thing is, I'll use this. I may glue this down onto paper and work the image a bit more and change it, so this will still be another image. So that's the plan that I'm going to do. Actually, when I was unwrapping this one from what was originally in it, originally inside it was I've got to grab it all now. Originally inside it was this image. It was just all like that. And when I took it apart, there was this letter inside. It's written in Danish and Norwegian. There's a Danish, like a quote. And what I found underneath was this vintage photo, which was a complete surprise. So that was like really cool to find, and it was just she looks like she's about 16 or 17 or 15, maybe it's a confirmation photo or something like that, but that was stuck in there as well. So how cool was that? So I'm going to be keeping that separate and adding my images to it. So yeah, that's what I just wanted to show you. It's a great idea to use up little frames like that. So I've pretty much finished this one. I really like how it's turned out. What I've done is I've put a so you've got the artwork on the bottom, and then on top of that I have put the glass, the plexiglass panel, and then what I've done is I've cut out a piece of transparency paper, which, see this pattern, this circular pattern, so I've basically cut that out to the same size as this, and then after sitting my plexiglass on top, I've just sat the transparency, the piece that I cut out, directly over the top of the work again. So there's this slight little barrier, and so it sort of gives it almost a 3D effect. And then I have put it all back into the frame. So this actually, you can sort of see another layer. And I quite like that idea. So what I'm going to do is, probably to finish this off, I'm thinking I want to put some small collage, maybe some little blue flowers, just down on this side of the panel, just there, just to have something to pull your eye in. It only has to be really subtle, and yeah, I'm really happy with how that's turned out. So I have a huge big collage bin that I put stuff in here, just stuff that I collect, that I see that I like, and then I come here when I'm looking for images, random images and stuff to add to my works. So I'm just looking through to see what I have that I might add to the other artwork that I'm working on. So I've got all of these. I should start taking some of this out. So I have all of these images that I've wanted to make little artworks out of, so I've got to try and round them all up. And yeah, it's just everything. So vintage photos and stuff. So many cool ideas just by looking through here. I don't know exactly what I'm looking for, but I'm looking for something. It's the element of surprise. I'll go, yes, that's what I was looking for. Maybe even just a flick of colour, something like that. Just those little subtle colours. I'm just looking for something. I'm just looking for something to go on the corner, just to give it a flick of another colour. That could work if I just cut it in there into a shape. Maybe reproduce this pole on this side, because I could do it. Alright, I'm going to give that one a try. Okay, so what I'm doing is I've cut this little piece out to exactly the right shape that I want, and then I'm setting it in there, on the artwork. Now it's all about, you know, you don't have to do a lot, it's just about being delicate and adding little touches of brilliance. That's what I say. Just to help shift your eye and get it to look at something different. I'll make sure I wipe off that excess glue because I don't really want that hanging around. Okay, so now to assemble it. So I've got my plexiglass there. I'm putting my image on top, just sitting it in the center where I think it's going to be, like so. And then I'm going to flip my frame over and then put the plexiglass back in. So the plexiglass is sitting on the top, like so, turning it around. I can always move that later. And I'm adding my image back into the work. It goes next. And then I can just adjust that to where I wanted it. Like so. Then I'm just going to put the cover back on. I still have to, because this didn't actually come with a proper back, with a hanger. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to poke a little couple of holes. Let me focus out. I'm going to poke a couple of holes just in the sides and put some metal to hang as a hanger. And there you go. That's all it needed, was just that little bit of blue to help balance out this red bit. So you sort of go, look there. And then this is a focal point where this eye comes in, and it's circular. Because you're always attracted to eyes and faces. That's how we are designed. So you sort of like pull in there, and then you look out, and then you look at these, and then you see the blue balances it out, and then you look at the little girl. So overall, I think that's pretty successful, a little successful artwork. So I'm going to make several more.